All right, this is your last section of notes. This is on standard deviation. Expect you to be able to find and apply the standard deviation and variance for a set of values. Your definitions, variance, and standard deviations are just the measures of showing how much the data deviate from the mean. In other words, how far they're spread apart. All right. This in this box, this is the directions for finding the variance and the standard deviation. We're going to use these to do this. Now, I made example one a little bit easier. I changed the numbers so we didn't have decimals. I made it 7, 9, 8, 5, 9, and 10. All right. So, first thing we have to do is we have to find the mean of the data. All right. So that's the first thing. All right. The mean. So we're just going to add them all up. So 7 plus 9 plus 8 plus 5 plus 9 plus 10, and divide them by how many there are. There are 6. And I think I get 48 divided by 6, which is 8. All right, so we found the mean. All right, now the second step is to find the difference between each value in the data and the mean. All right, so second step. Second step, all right, the difference between each data value and the mean. All right, so we have to do 7, which is the first number, minus 8, which gives us -1. Then we do 9 minus 8, which gives us +1. Then we do 8 minus 8, which gives us 0. 5 minus 8, which gives us -3. 9 minus 8, which gives us 1. And 10 minus 8, which gives us 2. All right, so that's the second step. That is the difference between each value in the data set and the mean. All right, now the third step is we have to square the differences. So we're going to take this and we're going to square it. 1 squared is 1, 1, 0, 9, 1, and 4. Okay? So that's the third step. You just take each of these differences and you square them. All right? So that's our third step. All right. Now, the fourth step is find all the averages. All right? So this is the fourth step for doing this. All right, is find the average of all these squares. So we're going to do the same thing. The mean was the average. All right, so we're going to do 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4 divided by 6. Let's see, we got 10, that's 16. So 16 divided by 6, all right, which reduces to 8 divided by 3. All right, and 8 divided by 3 is 2.66 repeating. All right, 2.666 repeating. All right, that is the variance. All right, so that is your variance. All right, and then what you do is you take the square root of this. All right, so we take the square root of 8/3, and that is going to give us our standard deviation. Okay. Which is 1.632993162, but again, you can round it to do 2 decimal places and tell me that it is approximately 1.63. All right, And that would be your standard deviation. All right, so that's how you calculate standard deviation by hand, all right, if you don't have a graphing calculator. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm actually, I'll let you do this one, all right? I'll let you do this one as you try doing it by hand, going through the steps to make sure you understand them, all right? But I am going to use example 2, all right? And I'm going to show you how to use the graphing calculator to find the standard deviation. All right, so our values are these numbers down here. All right, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those are just the numbers. 1 is 18, 2 is 21. So those are just the numbers up top. But our actual data is this. So what I have to do, all right, is in the graphing calculator, I have to hit stat and I have to hit edit. All right. Now, I want to get rid of this, that's anything that's in there. So what I have to do is I go up and then I hit clear and then I go back down and that gets rid of all that. All right. Now, I got to enter all this data in here. So I'm going to enter 18, enter 21, enter 13, 19. And you got to make sure you get the numbers right. If you don't put the numbers in right, then it'll mess it up. But this is actually the hard part of it anyway, is just putting the numbers in. All right. All right. So now once you have all your numbers in there, it's going to be easy to calculate. All you have to do is hit the stat button again, go over to calculate, and the first thing is one variable stats. That's what we want, and we hit enter. And then you have to hit enter again. All right, so the mean is the x with the line over it. All right, so the x with the line over it is 16.7. All right, your standard deviation is this O with the curly Q X. All right, and that is approximately 3.63. Okay, and that is it. So we have found the mean and we found the standard deviation. All right, and then you have a U-try to do after that, and that's going to be it that I'm going to give you for today, except I will give you some homework.